No one can truly understand how much I would love to have something else. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about something else which I must say I have to bring up. Now, the best way to put this just happened, so I'm down at the bus stop in my local city, local town. I'm waiting for the bus to come. Across the road, there's a service station, BP. There are these two utilities with about, there were 3 people over there at the time and 2 people came over later. So we're talking about 5 people in 2 utilities. Oh, this is so funny. Anyway, I'm sitting there and I see these people, they're fiddling around with this large toy doll, and I think, not worth interested in looking at. So I'm looking at down the road, up the road, waiting for the bus, and I see this fire truck. It comes up. And these people are parked in a really interesting place. This particular place where they're parked at, they only have one Bowser for trucks, for emergency service, for large vehicles that can't fit underneath the shade area to fill up. Anyway, this fire truck pulls in, and they kindly ask them to move. The people then, this is the interesting part, they have a go at him and start giving him the fire truck the finger. So the middle finger, the rude finger. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, people. I watched the whole thing. One of the firemen have a bit of a go at the guys in front of the only place where they can fill up. And then the fire truck drives off, and I'm guessing that they went to the one that's run by Coles, which is down in Blackman's Bay, so it's a fair distance away. Or the one up at Woolworths, which wasn't that far away neither. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, so these are Australians, they're not tourists. These are Australians. A fire truck needs to fill up its petrol. And as an Australian, this is, you gotta love it. They give the fireman the finger. And then about a couple of minutes later, the girls come back and take off. Now I have to sit there and I have to wonder, well, okay, so just them parking there, they're not filling up. You can tell that they weren't filling up. The Bowser wasn't even in any of the vehicles. And they're just sitting there mucking around. And then mucking around is more important than allowing a fire department, the fire truck, to fill up on a hot and windy day. I mean, look at the sun out there. I mean, how's that? Not much. It's not going to take much to start a dangerous fire. Still a bit of green, but you can see a bit of brown in there. So if a fire was to start, you'd think the best thing to do would be to have a fire truck pretty much all ready to go. But they can't. They weren't even allowed. They didn't even actually stop for more than, say, 30 seconds. This is Australia we're talking about. This is supposed to be a place where the people are supposed to be friendly and good and everything. And I have to sit there, and these people are about my age too. I mean, this is the great part of it. I'm in my early 20s, for crying out loud. And I mean, people my age are just, I mean, wow. A fire truck, I mean, I can't pronounce it properly, but an ambulance. If an ambulance was in the same sort of position and I mean, the same sort of thing happened, I mean, wow. I just wish I'd recorded it. I mean, it was just perfect. I mean, the perfect way to show about how Australians are these days. If anybody out there who has the illusion that, we're almost at the 5-minute mark, 4 minutes and 6 seconds. It's just amazing. See, look, hey bud. I mean, it's just amazing about how, what's the word I can think of, about how stuck up people are these days. I mean, wow. Oh, you gotta love it. Anyway, you can see why I don't like people that much. Why? This is the main reason why I don't get out that much. I see things like this all the time. Well, people throwing stuff at buses. That happens a fair bit down here. I mean, the bus stop. The glass, both 2 sheets of glass behind me at the bus stop had these huge cracks in it. Someone obviously smashed them with something. And then there's like all this market. And a couple of days ago, I'm sitting at the bus stop, and this guy, this kid, I'd say he's in at least college. He's getting on the bus, and he was behind the bus. He was behind the little seating area for the bus. And what he does is, where people usually put their feet, he lets out a big loogie and just drops it on the ground. I mean, probably something really disgusting. And he just drops it where people usually have to put their feet, or where they usually sit their feet when they're waiting for a bus. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, wow, you know, you wouldn't know. People are such... Wow! Gotta love people in Australia. They just don't think properly. It's like, oh, well, you know, might be an idea if I have to let the loogie out to actually go do it in the bush. I mean, less of a chance someone's actually going to step on it, but I mean, in a traffic area, in an area where it sees a lot of traffic, I mean, that is disgusting. I mean, wow. Hey, I suffer from hay fever and my nose runs all the time. I mean, my bedroom wall when I was a kid used to have blood and mucus all the way up here. It was just disgusting. Cleaning it was a pain, but I mean, come on, I couldn't help that, especially when you're asleep and you're sneezing, you can't really control that, but I mean, yuck! Well, anyway, this has been another one of my little videos. What is it? It's, wow, it's 1:09 at the moment. What's today's date? I think it's the 6th of November. Oh great, it's November. Anyway. Another little video, and we're getting to almost 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna have to go. Bye!